All right. And we're back again.
Yes, sir. We are live and in living color. Back at it another week. What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling tonight, man?
I'm doing very well, brother.
All right,
Blessed
good,
and
good,
highly
good.
favored. That's how we feeling. Blessed and highly
Glad to hear
favored.
that. Always glad to hear that, fellas. Always glad to hear that.
Great.
Doing awesome. Excited, excited. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Say
Okay.
something again,
Yes,
honey. Let me
yes.
check that mic again for me, brother.
Can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure before we get going.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Live
Clear.
and direct.
Keep that mic up.
I'm excited about tonight's show, fellas.
Well, you should be.
So am I, man. Always.
Yes, indeed. We got a special guest tonight. Definitely.
We got a showstopper on tonight, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Margaret Nick. Peace
Better
and love
believe
to
it.
you. Appreciate you.
Hey, Margaret Nick, how you doing tonight?
Peace and love, Sylvia. Good to have you. Indeed.
Who we got? Margaret Nick.
Sylvia, running the ATL. How you doing, Sylvia?
Yes, indeed. And it's in the building. What we do.
The beautiful Sylvia Ennis up in the spot tonight. All right. Oh, yes. It's going to be high energy. It's going to be exciting tonight. We got a great guy on. Y'all see the promo we did. We'll suspense you out for a little bit.
Landing your microphone now as you go on the air.
What happened? Went south.
Okay. All right. Well, right there. How about that? That's better?
Yes.
It's still a little cloudy, man. Still a little cloudy.
How about now? I just want to make sure we're good. Before we go
Sound better now. And peace and love, Bernice Taylor. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Peace and love.
All right, y'all.
Welcome. You know what it is, guys. Night Brothers Intermittent Fasting Show.
So if you're out there,
you in the building,
yes, sir.
Brother L in the building. Appreciate you guys, man. Always super thankful for being here with you guys. I want to give you a hand now. Thank you guys, man, for what y'all do every day.
Thank you, brother.
Shout Miss Charlene Curtis Adams. How you doing, Charlene? How you doing, Bernice Taylor? How you doing, Sylvia Ennis? How you doing, Margaret Nick? And how you doing, everybody who's jumping on right now? Hi, I want to say hello to everyone.
Welcome.
Type your hellos in the chat right now so we can acknowledge you.
Shout out to Kenny Adams.
Let's get this thing rocking and rolling.
Shout out to Kenny Adams, Q. Kenny Adams is in jail again.
Oh, man, come on.
I have to shout him out. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, yeah, I'm going to send Kenny a care package. You know, I'm going to send him a couple of dollars.
Oh, man. Shoot. Tell you what.
Night Brothers Intimate Fashion Show, the most entertaining show on the web, coming to you Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. We come to you every week. Tell them what's up, Auden.
Thanks for coming in and making this more sexier. So we're giving you a hand. Thank you. Definitely. Q, can you help us out real quick and let us know?
Sir. Listen, this is our medical disclaimer. We are not physicians, and this show is not providing medical advice for any ailment or medical condition. If you have a medical condition, we strongly, and I do mean strongly, suggest that you seek the advice of a professional healthcare provider prior to attempting any information shown on this broadcast. Guys, we always like to keep things moving.
Appreciate you keeping this meaningful, man. Definitely, brother. And then I want to say peace and love to Charlene. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you indeed. This is the open forum, so if you want to say hi, like you did, hi all. Charlene, peace and love. Thank you for the example right there on the sample. So we appreciate you. You can call in. The number is 240-230-7545, or of course, just like Tim Walker, you know, you can type in whatever you want to say. And we got an awesome engineer in the building named Mr. Knight. And he'll slide that right in so you can be a part of the show. Face right up front, making it look better. Thank you. Q, can you let them know what's on tap tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna break down what's on tap tonight, and we got a lot of things to cover tonight. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the fundamentals of fasting and what is intermittent fasting. We're just gonna go through that, talk about that, and from there we're gonna move on to our main event. And our main event is our special guest, John C-Man Anderson. Guys, he's gonna rock it for you. Hello, Kim Classy one night. I'm saying hello to you. Then next, we're going to have the Knight Brothers Full Week Thanksgiving Challenge. And guys, we're just going to introduce that tonight, if time permitting. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, let you know where things stand with that. And lastly, we have the challenges of eating while traveling, which can be a bit of a challenge. So that's what's on tap tonight. Let's get ready to rumble.
Appreciate you, Q. Definitely. Coming into the fundamentals. Can you take me through the fundamentals of fasting? This is the core of our show right here. We're gonna leave it to Dr. Q in the building.
You know that fasting is not a new thing. It's just all it really is a time eating pattern. What it's not a diet. It's not new. It's been around forever. Who does it? We all do it because whenever you're sleeping, guys, I want you to realize you're fasting. And see, the thing is, over a period of time, it becomes easy to do this. And what you have to do is you select a protocol. You select your hours for fasting and doing those and the hours for feeding. You can choose a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour feeding window. You can have a 20-hour fast. 18-hour fast with a 6-hour feeding window. You can have a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour feeding window. Or you can have what's called OMAD. And OMAD stands for 1 meal a day, in which you eat one time in a 24-hour period. The key with this, like I said, with any of them is consistency, though. That's the real key to any of this. Now, the thing about fasting rules, during the block of hours in which you're fasting, you consume no calories. You eat no food, but you can have non-caloric beverages, water, black coffee, green tea, things without sugar or cream. Resist the temptation to snack and things of that nature. Over time, it becomes easy to do this, guys. And I want to remind you that your sleeping hours count as a part of your fasting hours. Now, when you're following the rules of your feeding rules, we want you to eat healthy foods that will satiate you. And you can eat 1 to 3 times during your eating windows, depending upon the protocol that you choose. Select eating hours to fit your lifestyle. Drink fluids during meals to help avoid overeating. The thing about it is you want to eat things that are healthy for you for the most part. And then they want something to satiate you, to make you feel full. Now, some of the benefits of fasting are mental sharpness, the lowering of inflammation, increased energy level, which is my favorite, and so much more, guys. So fasting is not just for weight loss, but it's for healing the body overall.
Thank you, Q. That was excellent. That's what we're doing. We fasting in here, so it's important to get those in there with that. What we do have coming up next is extremely important, and you hadn't shared this yet, share it now. Let your friends know, because we got a superstar, legend in our own backyard, and we should all celebrate the ones closest to us that's doing an excellent and showing excellence. So if you missed any of our previous shows, definitely check us out on YouTube time, or you can also come back here and look at us. Peace and love, Kim Knight. But moving forward, I want to talk about and kind of lead you in to our Super C, what I call him, C-Man, Super C. So y'all gonna see why I call him Super C, because we're gonna get a drum or something later on. You know what I mean? We're gonna get a drum or something. So y'all start clapping now. You know what I mean?
Just doing it, brother.
Because we got Super C-Man Anderson.
Yeah. Y'all out there, everybody,
see a hand, baby.
Everybody say welcome, C-Man. Type welcome, C-Man in the chat right now. Y'all welcome to the show. Give them a good Knight Brothers welcome to the show right now.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother, man. Just making the time for us, man. busy as I don't know what. This is a beautiful thing, especially with the break we've all had. So, man, just thank you for taking the time for us, man. Definitely.
Well, thank you for having me again, brothers. I appreciate it, man.
We're excited. We really are.
You want to welcome Erica Nadine to the show tonight? How you doing, Erica?
Peace, love, E.
My girl Ronnie, turning heads.
Turning heads in the building. Yes, indeed. Tim Walker. Peace and love.
They're giving you some love, C-Man. They're giving you some love out here, brother.
Showing up.
Yes.
I appreciate the love.
Erica Nadine threw the hearts out there for you. Definitely.
Well, I just want to, for you too. For those of you that might not know C-Man, and I know that's very few and far between, because everybody knows C-Man.
Word.
Let me give you his background. C-Man Anderson is a vigorous and resourceful musician, innovative producer, adaptable singer. The man is a great singer. I don't know why they say adaptable, but the man is a great singer. Self-taught drummer extraordinaire. As a young boy, he started his own go-go band called Occupation and a youth gospel group called Unified. He has performed over 40 various studio recordings. Throughout his childhood, his talents allowed him to travel beside his father, the late evangelist Kenneth Frederick Anderson Sr., and the gospel quartet sensation, the Dynamic Travelers of Annapolis, Maryland, of which his father was a founding member. These experiences later proved to be the foundation of who we now know to be the solid drummer with the quick foot, C-Man. This journey he is on is taking him all over the nation, and we're proud to call him a friend and an Annopolitan. Y'all give it up one more time for C-Man. Welcome, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate your presence, brother. No question.
So, C-Man, we're gonna jump into an interview as people giving you accolade. Yeah, y'all go ahead, like turn their heads. Good evening, fellas, but y'all give it up for C-Man. We on every week. This brother on this one. Give it up for him. You know what I mean? So, most definitely. But so let's jump into this interview, fellas. Y'all ready?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right.
Definitely. Shoot, man. Good to have you, brother. Definitely great to have you here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother.
So congratulations on, gigging all over the country, man. It's just a blessing to be able to do that. Only a few people get an opportunity to live, so to speak, their dream. So it's just a pleasure, man, to be able to do that. But different now. You definitely tell us, how you dealing with the COVID concerns, on the road especially.
Oh, well, now basically, man, you either have to be vaccinated. You have to show your vaccination card. Definitely have to wear your mask. I started traveling like really on the road back in like the end of August. And it was in California, and people were coming up. I was in we was in Saratoga, California, and we was at a mountain winery, and they were literally giving people, handing out, documentations to people as they were coming in, and they had to either be a 72-hour negative, test result, or they had to be vaccinated to get in the concert. So, and that's even with the artists. So it's not just with the audience, but we even with the artists now. So,
wow. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you've noticed. Has it been consistent as you traveled around the country, or is it like vary when you went from place to place?
Well, when flying to California, when we were in Texas in the airport. With Texas being like Texas and Florida, I've been to both of them in the last 2 months. Florida, even South Carolina, people are very, very casual about wearing their mask, and even looking at me like I was crazy because I had my mask on.
So you the crazy.
those
Yeah,
states. That's the politics of those states, it seems. Yes.
yeah. I mean, it was very interesting, to see that. So,
So, have you encountered any mass disputes while you were traveling? Anybody argue? You said somebody looked at you like you look kind of crazy. Have you seen anybody actually argue about it or anything of that nature while during your travels?
no, I mean, honestly, I really haven't seen anything personally. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Even in the airports, everyone has been very compliant. Compliant to
Yeah.
in compliance with the CDC rules and regulations. I think a lot of those situations, videos we've seen posted were isolated situations, but overall,
Yes. Hmm.
people, are being safe and for the most part anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So you
people
think
do know.
maybe it's like being overstated somewhat? Then is what from your personal experience, anyway.
Yeah, like say for instance, last week I was in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and
Hmm.
while I was at the venue, one of the coordinators was like, "Well, hey man, they don't trip about you having a mask in here." I said, "Well, that's fine, but I'm gonna wear my mask."
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Right,
Right.
yeah,
right.
like, yeah.
I mean, but you've noticed like we've been through this a year or so now. You've noticed like the change in the climate from where it was. It was like mass hysteria, like at first in the beginning, just like when AIDS first, was everybody was mass hysteria, and then as vaccines and things came out, treatment came out, people kind of lowered their guards and just kind of living
Yes.
a regular life as best they can. Is that what you're seeing? Or?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I was a youngin when AIDS really hit this scene, and from what I can remember, and I'm only going by what I can remember, I don't recall of the resistance and pushback that people are being given concerning the vaccination now, when things was happening with the AIDS epidemic back in the day. Unfortunately, with our community, there's so many different misguided misguided information
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and and a lot of information that's not really sound information. And it's like as soon as a couple of us get it, and we want to attach ourselves to two pieces of it when we're not even looking at the whole page. And I think that's the unfortunate thing about what's happening now, with our community, as far as the vaccination goes. And it's
Yeah.
still your
Yeah.
choice. It's still your choice. But at the end of the day, um, I've always said this: God has created doctors and things of that nature, and medicine as well. So, so,
Absolutely. You're right. It's still a choice. Everybody got their own choice. I like what you're saying there. Keep us moving, brother.
So, see, man, as you traveled and toured around the country, describe to us some of the challenges with eating healthy on the road, and then tell us the second. Well, let me take the second part down right now. Let's describe the challenges first
okay.
of all.
I mean, the challenges is just more so now because when my time frame of fasting is usually it doesn't really hasn't posed a problem for me, um,
Hmm.
because more so now when I'm the way I fast, I do like 16 and 8. So probably most of
Yes.
the time I'm in the morning, I'm early morning, I'm on the flight, I'm at the airport,
Mm.
Okay.
so I'm drinking water, it's not really that big of a deal for me to eat. And I usually don't break my fast till like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
um, for the most part, my day is just beginning, or we're at sound check. So by the time I'm about to break my fast, they're catering. We have lunch or dinner, whatever the case is. So
Hmm.
hasn't been that big of a deal for me per se. Um,
Yeah.
of course, it's different because now I'm doing it, intermittent fasting. It's like traveling. Uh, there's a whole different mindset when you're on the road versus being at home.
So you
So
say you
Yeah.
do 16-8, right? So you fast in 16 hours, and then you have an 8-hour eating window. Is what you do, right?
yes, yeah.
So tell the folks like what time do you normally stop at night, and then because you said something about your first meal is when around 11:30 or
30.
12
Yeah.
noon.
I stop after 8, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I'm finished eating for the day,
Yeah.
and then so then the next No, and then when I'm home and I'm at work, my lunch is at 11:30. So I break my fast at 11:30 every day. You know, when I do fast. Now I'm not gonna say I fast every day, but you know, for the most part, when I consistently, I do at least 3 days a week, and then even when I'm not fasting, my mind is still and my body is still adapted to,
Right.
the process. You know what I mean? So
Explain what that means to people, though, because sometimes people don't get it. If they're just getting in, they don't understand what you mean by how's your body adapted? What were you used to before you started this type of lifestyle, and now what are you used to?
well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Typically, what would happen because once I would get to the airport, especially early on, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Early on, when I was first diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I was taking metformin, and it really was killing my stomach. So I literally would have to get to the airport like 2 hours prior to my flight. If I wanted to eat something, I would eat something to make sure I went to the bathroom before I got on the flight, especially if it was a long flight. I don't know if any of y'all have experienced that, but I've never experienced being on the flight and had to go to the bathroom in that manner. So, yeah.
Well, see, man, we're going to transition to, and we're going to still talk about the challenges of eating, but tell us about, I know during the shows, some concerts and performers are notorious for their pre and post show food spreads in the green room, offered to performers, during the shows and after the shows. So could you tell us a little, first of all, tell us a little bit about that, some of the experiences you've had and how you deal with such experiences. And tell us about some of the things you've seen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It all depends on the promoter and the genre of music that I'm working. So normally when I'm doing smooth jazz shows, they'll usually have a buyout. So basically, they'll give us money, like a per diem for our meal.
Okay.
70 Soul Jam, normally they'll have a nice spread. It's never been like the typical just like fried chicken, baked macaroni and cheese, and greens. No, I mean, they usually have a variety of different things. But then, like I said, it just depends on if we go to a union venue versus just a venue that someone's renting out. Union venues are always different versus just a regular venue, because union has to comply with certain rules and regulations. So it just comes down to that, man. To be honest with you, I mean, I've had some situations where the people we were playing for, they had steak and lobster, and they gave us sandwiches and chips. So
wow.
So how do you deal with it when it is delicious food right in front of you? Sometimes that falls in your window, but I guess sometimes it doesn't.
Well, it's about portion control for me now.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, like if I know that I'm gonna push my main meal before I stop eating, sometimes I may push that. Like they'll give us an itinerary, and I know that like when we were in Atlanta about 4 weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago, so I knew we were gonna start eating. They had a time from dinner from like 5 to 9, so I knew well, if I eat early enough, I'll be good. So they were ready for 6 o'clock. We got down there 6:15. They had barbecue salmon and baked chicken, like chicken and gravy, baked macaroni and cheese, jam, stuffing, greens. Yeah. But we were down south. We were in Atlanta. So, like I said.
So do you ever just kind of say, you know what, the show is going to kick off a little later, so let me hold off until 2 o'clock, and I'll start break my fast at 2, and then that takes me into 10 before we go on, and you ever adjust the window sometimes when you see that it's going to be a later start that night?
Yeah, because I know for me, I have to see. For me, it used to be a mindset that because I saw a lot, I wanted to eat a lot. But now it's about, for me, it's just, I want to make sure that when I eat, I eat, and I'm good. And after that, my mindset is straight. So it's not even about. And even when snacking now, it was nothing for me to have like a couple bags of chips, some candy
Yeah.
bars, and scooters,
I know the feeling, brother. I know the feeling.
yeah,
Brother,
and
justified.
even now, it's like
I
even
know.
now, like if I dip, like I was out of town this weekend, and I splurged a little bit, but I haven't done
Yeah.
it in so long. But to be honest
Right,
with you,
right.
it
I
felt
feel you.
weird. It felt weird
So
because
yeah,
I was like, at any given time, 5, 6, 7 years ago, man, I would devour that stuff, and it was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
So I mean, see, man, look, you're saying some powerful stuff, man. Because
yeah.
even to today, I've been intermittent fasting a couple of years, and even to today, like a nice bag of chips will call my name any second, and I'll be all over them. You know what I mean? So, but did it take you a while to get to this mindset that you just said don't phase you as much, and you say, look, I know what I'm eating, I'm good.
yeah,
They
that
control.
was the thing that really changed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw you guys a couple years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just like during the pandemic, and
Mhm.
E and I would converse every now and again.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Yes.
my cousin James Henson came over. I started losing weight. He was like, "Cuz," he was like, "Man, you look good." He bought me these clothes, and I was like, "Oh, I fit him." He was like, "But look at you." But and I wasn't even doing the intermittent fasting then. He was like, "Look," he's like, "Cuz, I'm gonna tell you, man, you get on this intermittent fasting, man, it's gonna change your life."
Yeah.
And this
Wow.
was like
Who's
June.
that?
Yeah, see, man,
Who's
I
your
can
cousin?
remember running into
Who's your
you.
cousin?
We ran into you at the store. I'm trying to remember what store it was. I think it was like Dollar General or something like that. One of those
Hmm.
Family Dollar, maybe something like that. I ran into you at the store and I said, "Geez, see, man, really losing his weight here." I was really. And so we talked then, and we chopped it up a little bit, man. And
Yeah.
you have really been focused, man, and I just want you to know that I'm proud of your accomplishments, man. And just keep rocking and rolling, man, and
Yes,
keep making
sir.
a difference.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man.
So, man, let's shift a little bit, and I want you to catch us up on what you've been doing musically. Tell us a little bit about that. I know you've been on the road, so tell us a little
Hmm.
bit about what you've been doing musically, though. You just like to get into a
Okay.
little bit
Well,
of
I
that.
currently just started back with the '70s Soul Jam.
Uh huh.
Back in
Okay.
Hold that up higher, man. Let them see that again.
Hold up nice and high. Okay. Yeah.
my
Oh
Got you.
'70s
yeah.
Soul
Got
Oh
Jam
yeah.
T-shirt.
you. Yeah. Got you.
All right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that features the stylistics, and been working with Sonny Bivens, Manhattan's, the Delphonics. Who else? Who else I've worked with?
Yeah.
Bloodstone, New Birth, The
Oh,
Emotions,
wow.
Eddie Holman. Everybody you think of from the '70s soul era, I have worked with or performed with in some way, shape, or form. So we're back
Mm.
touring there. Back with been touring with Nick Coleon from the Smooth Jazz Arena. We call him Uncle Nick. Just got back with him, and as well as doing my local circuit as well, with my group
Yeah.
For the Road.
Yeah, now I want to take a second. We're gonna take a second here, man. Acknowledge, understand. For the Road is a wonderful band. I understand you guys had a bit of bad news today. Could you want to share that with the people today, man? What transpired with your local
Yeah,
band For the
um,
Road? Yeah.
For the Road, and he was also part of a band called Rolex Band in the
Mm-hmm.
area. We lost our keyboard player Daoud Saeed last night.
Yeah.
Extraordinary producer, writer, keyboardist, all around just good guy, man. And he's surely going to be missed. And I want to say thank you to those who've been reaching out to all of us individually or collectively as a group. We thank you and appreciate the love, and continue to keep his friend Micah and his family and everyone in prayer, man. So
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Most
I saw Ronnie Queen post
definitely.
this morning about it, and I was
mhm.
like, and Ronnie was just like in shock, and I was like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And just the thing about it, man, is just you never know when it's our time, and that's why it's important that we live life to the fullest as each and
Right,
every day. Man. So,
every day.
so my condolences to you and the band, and to his family, and to everyone who's associated with him, man. We just want to make that acknowledgement before we move forward.
Thank you, man.
Yes, we would be remiss if we didn't. So audience, won't y'all do us a favor and just send condolences to the family? Just type in the chat group. If they see the show, or they'll just feel your spirit. Just through the air to just give condolences to the family, man, because that's was an unexpected loss. And see, man, we appreciate the fact that you even still came on to the show, man. That's just
Right, definitely.
that's just absolutely amazing, man. Just to show what type of man, a man of God that you are, brother. So we definitely
Yeah,
want
man.
that.
It's just gonna be hard, but we gotta, we definitely have to move forward, and continue to, continue his legacy in music by, continue to do what we do on stage every night. So.
Absolutely,
Amen. Amen.
absolutely,
Amen.
absolutely. So we're gonna try to keep it moving as much as we can. One of the things I wanted to know, man, because as I keep up with your posts, and it just seemed like, man, they don't never give you a day off, man. That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong, but how many days a week are you actually perform? You in church? You just like everywhere drumming. I mean, tell us how many days a week do you actually perform, bro?
Well, so this coming week, Thursday through Sunday, I'll be at the South in Philadelphia with Nick Corleone.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
on any given week, man, I could definitely be, at least 3 days a week,
Yeah. Yeah.
3 to 4 days, and then depending on what's going on in those 3 or 4 days, I can have two shows. That it's
Prepping in
nothing for me to
between.
do that.
And that's
What's
not
that?
even
Prepping in
including the
between, because I know
travel.
you
That's not
gotta
even
learn the
including.
next schedule, the next set, and
Ah,
what the set
yeah,
is or
man.
whatever. So every day he's hustling, every day he's hustling,
Yeah,
every day he's
and then you
hustling.
got to include
Tell us, bro.
the travel time, and things of that nature, going from place to place, and issues of it taken to place as well. The travel time
Hey,
and all those things. So all that is a
Yeah.
part of the
definitely.
equation, man. So I mean, it's got to be. And my question for you is,
Hold on.
how do you keep up with all the music when playing with all the different groups? How do you keep up with
Yeah,
all the
that's what
music?
I want to know. How you remember all the
I
songs,
really want to know.
all the
Like,
That's
different
why I
parts?
said I
yeah,
said
like,
every day
go into
he
a couple of.
hustling. If
We're
he
gonna
ain't
go into a
playing,
couple of
he's getting
clips.
set to
We're
play
gonna go into
again.
a couple of clips here, see, man. But how do you keep
Well,
up with all of this?
to be honest with you, it can be definitely a tedious task,
Yeah,
because sometimes it's not just like 3 or 4 songs. We're
yeah,
talking about shows, so any given weekend I could have 4 different shows that I have to remember. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So um, thank goodness and thank the Lord that for the most part, a lot of the shows that I do are the same. We just go
Okay,
yeah,
different places in the
okay, I
country.
got you. I
So
got you. I see what you're saying.
yeah, and then with the '70s Soul Jam, I'm no longer. I'm on the stage no longer than like 75 to 90 minutes because each group gets like 15 to 20 minutes. So it's not a lot of music with the '70s
yeah,
Soul Jam. Smooth jazz artists could be different.
Well, I
yeah,
But
saw
those,
I saw you put a post out about a week or so, a couple of weeks ago maybe, and you had like your phone next to the side of the drums, and so you could actually it was like a close up. It was like a personal like we was playing the drums with you. And that thing was about
yeah,
an hour, man. I don't know, hour and a half. You was you was just like
Rolling. Hey, well, look for the people that want to hear the drummer. If you want us to get a drummer some, throw a one down there, man, in the text, and we get 10 ones, man. I got like 3 clips that I can rock for you guys, man, and we can get a drummer some. We just need some ones down there, man. If y'all want to hear the drummer, y'all want me to get a drummer some, and I can hit the horn for him now because it's live and direct because I didn't already heard it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely got one in the building, and we need a few more ones, man, straight up, so we can get a drummer some. And y'all can just start applauding now because it's worth the clap. It's worth the one. Throw your ones up, y'all, so we can get a drummer some. That's all I'm saying. Q said he want the drummer to get some. How about you, Lenny? Can we get a drummer
oh
some?
man, oh you know what? I used to go to
I'm
the
one
I used
man.
to go to the shows just to see the drummer solo. You know what I'm
There it
saying?
is.
so
Uh-oh. There we go. We
so
gonna
that's
call that a one. She got hand claps, drums, congos. You know, Erica definitely down. She put like 1 5 times up in that blicky. So we almost there.
Let's
We need
play that
one more
clip,
one,
Jesse.
y'all. We got Mark and Nick in the building
Yeah.
with the one blang blang. We need one more
so
Let's
see
play
one.
that
man,
clip.
set up this scene. Tell the folks before I play the clip, where are you? What was going on in the midst of the show, and how we arrived at this tremendous solo that we about to play.
Okay, man. We
Y'all want
2 weeks ago now at Rehoboth Beach Jazz Festival. I was working with JJ Seminero. He is the guitarist for Maxi Priest, and Jeff Kashra,
Okay.
extraordinary saxophonist who used to play for the Rippertons. So we were at a song for JJ, and here you go, man, doing my thing.
go?
All right. All right. Drummer some, y'all. Let's give it up for C Man,
What?
man.
What I tell you, see, man? Oh man, boy, you be rocking, brother. You be
Okay,
rocking,
so
man.
tell us about this next clip, C Man. Tell us about this next clip. Who you were playing with
Okay,
here? Um,
this is at Rehoboth Beach Jazz Festival again. This was like about probably about 6 7 years ago. Working with saxophonist Paul Taylor and Jakeem Joyner.
Look, my mom didn't tune in tonight and checking you out. Y'all give it up for
hey,
Best
Mhm.
Night. Give it up for
Indeed.
Best Night for a second. Let's get a mom moment and let's pause and give it up for Best Night. 97
everybody,
years old on
that's a
Facebook
whole,
on her
that's
own
a whole,
and chiming into her son's show. Y'all give it up for my mom. I swear. I want to be like her when I'm 97. I swear. Absolutely. Absolutely. You better say hi before you get in trouble, boy.
already did, just did.
You too, Auden. You better say hi.
He already did.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm gonna let.
let's play this clip, man. Let's play
Uh,
this clip.
so see, man, let's check this one out right here. Man, they jamming.
Yes, sir.
They is getting it. Oh man, awesome, awesome, C man, awesome, brother, awesome, man. I mean, you know what? That reminded me like it was a live recording. So have you done like live recordings on shows like that? Because the quality just sounds tremendous, man.
Yeah, actually, man, I've done some live recordings. Did a live DVD with Art Sherrod Jr. back in like '06, '07,
Yes.
'05, '06. And then I've done some live work with Trouble Funk as well, Rare Essence. Just about every artist that I've worked with, I have some type of live video. Even have some live video from the '70s Soul Jam, man. That people, I'll run up on because people will be like, "Hey, we found this," So it's like, just been very blessed to have archives of a lot of my, work over the years, man. It's been a blessing.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, well, look, man. The next video is not musical, but
Yeah. But
Q's, go ahead and ask him about it, and then see, man, you can go from there.
yeah, you shared a certain message here, man. We thought it was important enough that we let our audience hear what you had to say. And we want you, after you listen to this clip, we want you to break down even further what you were expressing here. So go on, Landon, play
Okay.
the clip if you will.
Okay.
Sometimes we try to condition our mind to believe that what isn't right for us, that somehow, some way, God's going to see it in His way for it to be for us. And I've always heard this, especially when it's something negative, because it's always, they'll be going through some stuff, going through some hell with a situation, relationship, job, whatever the case is, and then they'll say, in some way, trying to justify like what they're dealing with, what they're going through. They say, what God has for me is for me, but also too, what He doesn't have for you is not for you. And a lot of times we don't really put ourselves, we're not in a place of peace to know that what is not for us is not for us. But for some reason, we tend to want to still run after, chase after, try to attach ourselves to it, hold on to things or hold on to something or someone that's not for us, or that situation that's not for us. And I just really want to encourage everyone to really think about what it is to have peace, walking in the peace of mind and having peace and knowing that what's not for you is not for you. And having peace with that, knowing that it's okay to know that, what I thought was for me, hey, it's not for me. What I thought was going to be best for me, for my situation, it's not. And I have to have peace in knowing that. Um, One of the things just got the phone with my mother, and my mother wants to thank everybody for her birthday wishes and comments and prayers, man. My mom is just, she's one of those women, man, that I just thank God that, she is the woman in my life that I thank God for teaching.
Amen, brother. Amen. I just said the same thing, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
No question.
So,
That's
so, so,
powerful,
see, man,
bro. Appreciate you,
if
man.
you just would elaborate on that just for a quick second before we move on, it tells a little bit about where you were coming from here and what your mindset was at that time.
Yeah, it was heavy on my heart that day, man. I was just thinking about a lot of times we have peace. We don't really have peace in knowing that God, what He's protected, what He's kept from us. That negative thing or that, they say danger seen and unseen. Um, a lot of times we fail to realize, man, the importance of having peace and knowing that, what, look, that wasn't for me. And sometimes
Mm.
God will show it, through another situation. So like relationships, you may see somebody that you was like dying to be with, and then you see the hell
Yeah.
that that person goes through with someone,
Yes, sir.
or the job, you see the job, for a long time, there were a lot of, probably like early millennium, you saw a lot of youngins coming out of college and they were just like jumping from one job. They get a better offer, they go to that job, not realizing the importance of what it was to put the time in to establish their time, to build their time. So when it got down time to certain things happening, jobs were folding and people were getting let go. It was like, man, I should have stayed in that job that I started with. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I was just in a mindset that day to actually encourage people to understand that, what, it's all right to have peace in knowing that what wasn't for you, it was best for you. You know what I mean? And that what we say to ourselves, the stuff that we say to ourselves, that really plays a part in how we condition our mind overall about situations. And it goes back to the whole thing about the fasting. I had to mentally put myself in a mindset to know that I want to better my health. You know what I mean? So you have to talk yourself, have to talk to yourself and be encouraged by folks like you, brothers, and other people that were around me. So
Yes.
Oh, definitely appreciate it.
Real talk there,
Indeed.
brother.
It's
Real talk.
powerful. Indeed.
I like the part about you were really talking about finding that peace, and somebody commented just now. I think it was Nadine, Erica Nadine, that says that
Yes.
peace is priceless and the living proof. She's living proof for that. You know what I mean? That's
No
like
question about it.
so
We
powerful,
was,
so powerful of that part of that video that we just showed, man. It
yeah.
was
No
thanks,
question.
man.
And
right.
just, you're thinking,
So
and the power you have and the peace and the power you have in self-control. And some of this intermittent fasting, a lot of it, most of the intermittent fasting benefit is not physically seen.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, what you gather when you start getting to a point, and that's why I asked you, as this got easier for you, how did it get easier for you? Because the mindset and the power that you said you have, looking at a sea of food and saying, I'm good with the amount that I want and that I really need. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times
Yeah,
we
yeah.
seafood, we on seafood diets. The more
Mm-hmm.
we see, the more we want.
Hmm.
Not just, oh, I'm good right here. This is exactly what I need. I'm thankful and I move forward. But that power in yourself, knowing that you can control yourself, even to the point where maybe I'm not going to eat today completely at all. At a certain
Hmm.
point in that day, you're going to get triggered by multiple things. And it's on you to say, you know what, my principle was, and the word that I made to myself was this.
That's
And
powerful.
every time you move forward and you accomplish that, even if you did it 3 days a week, when you make it through those 3 days a week, that's an accomplishment. And it's like going to the gym. When first day you go to the gym, don't nobody see no muscles popping out of you. No, internally things are going on. Second
Hmm.
time, same thing. Third time, same thing. Now it gets to the point you get that discipline muscle developed within yourself. So I mean, I just you hit on so many things, man. That's why when they said you were coming back, I was really, really happy to see that you were coming back, man. And I appreciate it. We're not even over, and I'm thankful that you came, man. Period.
So
Yeah,
we're going to shift a
so
little
It's
bit.
a
We're going to
blessing to
shift
be
a
here,
little bit
brother.
here,
It's a
Ski
blessing to
Man.
be here.
Just a couple other things
appreciate
we
you.
want to cover here while we have you here. We want
Yes,
to get
sir.
it all in about the band. So let's shift a little bit. We're going to talk about a band of somewhat local but national act at the same time. Trouble Funk. We're going to talk about Trouble Funk.
Everybody know
Ski
trouble,
Man, we
baby.
want to know about your relationship with Trouble Funk, the band Trouble Funk, and Trouble Funk.
Hold
You
on,
in
Q.
particular.
Hold on, Q. I got a ball. Drop the ball. Drop the ball.
Hey, drop the ball. You gonna drop the ball. You gonna drop the ball.
All right, Q. I'm back. I'm good. I'm good. Go ahead.
Hey.
We want to talk about your relationship with
Oh,
the
my
band
fault.
Trouble Funk,
Party stop.
your relationship with them, and your relationship with Big Tony in particular, the leader of Trouble Funk. So you just dive
Yeah,
into
man.
that if we could.
Well, I was introduced to Big Tony by a guy named Michael Muse, who was a very integral part in the go-go scene. Mike played with Red Essence, AM/FM. He played with a lot of artists. He sadly passed away some years ago, but he came to me. I was going to the same church, playing for the same church in DC, and he was like, "Look, man, I have a chance to work with Big Tony and Trouble Funk, man. I want to introduce you to him. Are you willing to go?" And I was like, "Trouble Funk, yeah."
How about that?
I was like,
Yeah, no brainer.
so, so I went to, I went and auditioned, man. Went to the studio, we auditioned, man, and man, Tony, after he heard me play, he was like, man, where have you been, man? And so, so from that, from that relationship, man, it spawned so many different things, man. I mean, at the time, he was dealing with diabetes. I was like, I hadn't even been diagnosed yet. So I was like a couple years off, but he had been fighting a real uphill battle with his. And when I first got diagnosed with my type 2 diabetes, he was one of the main ones. He was like, Carl, you're young enough that you can switch this around. And I'm here to tell you that, almost 10 years later, Tony has a new kidney. He was fighting for a kidney for years. God bless him with a kidney, man. And he's been in good health, man, ever since. So, that's my big brother, for real.
Yeah. Well, the next time we have you on, we're gonna have Tony on as well. We'll try to get him on as well, and he can come share his story also. That would be great. But
yes,
we'll do it. That's a great story. You chance to share it with us, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you told us how the friendship developed over the years, man. But how is it like up to the current day?
Oh, we're doing good. I mean, I just talked to Tony last night. We have some things working. I've always been a member. I will always be a member of Trouble Funk. May not be actively with them, but I did get a chance to work with them Super Bowl Sunday before the pandemic hit. So I did get a chance to work with him in 2020. It's good to be back. Man, it felt great, man. I mean, y'all know being in a band like Trouble Funk, there are many pieces. So there's never a dull moment on stage. Never a dull moment.
Oh, man.
Let's shift again. We're ready to shift again. Oh, man, go ahead,
It's
man.
time.
It's causing trouble now.
Time to get up in the biz, baby. It's definitely time to get up in the biz. So let's talk about maintaining that relationship, and you tour as much as you do. Yeah, I know.
I have somebody here that can actually tell you.
Oh, wow. Okay, bring it on. Hold up with the applause.
Let me turn the music down. Here, this one.
Show your face, honey. Come on, baby.
Oh, yes.
Come on,
let's hear from the lady herself.
Oh, yes. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey!
Turn it here. How you doing? Slide over close. There we go. We can see you now. There we got both of y'all on there.
Slide over there like you like him a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So Ronnie, I guess we're gonna ask you as well as we ask C-Man himself. I know touring, being on the road quite a bit and traveling quite a bit. How does that work with your relationship? I mean, I know you got to have an understanding, and he's working. That's his job. It's not like he's out there doing it for fun, but he's working. So how do you guys deal with that as a couple? How do you deal with it?
How do you deal with it?
It's honestly, it's been a little bit of a challenge.
I can understand that. I can certainly understand that.
Our relationship is still new.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, when I'm saying new is that it's when I told her what type of traveling and stuff I do, I was doing some things, but things have now, have jumped up a little bit. So, the time, the scheduling, with her schedule, with my schedule, all I can say is that communication is very important.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more, brother.
Yeah. So, and look, being on the road, those late nights, I'm calling her like, honey, you good? Everything's straight, blah, 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 just the texts during the day, all of that type of stuff, those things matter, So.
Oh, without question.
That communication is the key word you said. Communication.
So video chat, which is helpful, see somebody while you talk.
It's not really it's rough, but it's not really foreign to me, being not actually in the business as much as him. I'm no stranger to the music industry, being under Apostle Craig Coates, singing backup for, quite a few people as well. So,
Yes.
knowing him traveling, we used to travel with Apostle Coates, as you guys know, Bishop Coates.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
so,
Love it.
knowing a lot about what he does, having familiarity with it, it
Yes.
helps. But the communication, us talking, um, knowing that when he's going and
Right.
where he's going, and just keeping that line of communication open at all times, and just that openness between us. So you got to have that security between the two of you, so things will be okay.
Ron, I was just about to ask you that when you said having that security. I guess there's a certain amount of trust that you build in
Trust.
that relationship to, because some significant others kind of freak out and just any little thing, their minds start to race to the wrong place. Can you talk about that trust?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I mean, you got to be secure in me. For me, being secure in my own self and who I am. I have my own career. I have my own
Mm-hmm.
interest in my own things that I do on my
Yes.
own. I'm in the medical field. I have other interests that I do. So, outside of my relationship with him, I have a life. So I'm not just sitting at
Yes.
home pining
Boom,
over him.
boom,
Oh my
Oh,
God, my man
boom,
is
that,
gone. What am
oh,
I
give it
gonna
up. Give
do?
it
I
boom.
up.
don't have a life. I have friends. I have family. So I have things to occupy my mind and keep me busy. So, the devil's not playing with my
There you
mind.
go,
So
girl.
while
You
he's
preaching.
doing his job, I'm at home doing my things and keeping myself busy. But I'm
Yes.
also just, trusting in the relationship, trusting in what we're building, that while I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here, while he's away, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing there.
Well,
Yes,
guys, you're
indeed.
getting a
It's
lot of
powerful.
love, a lot of love, and a lot of
Just
support from our
being
audience. We have some great
yes, being
comments from our
yourself,
audience.
showing yourself.
Kimberly, Walker, Erica, Nadine, and so many. Lenny, if you could just roll some of those
Hey,
comments on
Erica.
the relationship.
Yeah,
What's up?
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that is so beautiful.
Securing yourself, man, is huge.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So look,
Yeah.
audience, we want y'all to thank C Man, and we didn't know that we was gonna get Randy on the show tonight.
No
Yeah, it's good to
doubt.
have Ronnie. So
Go
I'm so
ahead.
glad.
It's an extra
I'm so glad
bonus,
you took that
bonus.
security. Come on, let's give it up for Ronnie too, y'all. Let's give it up for him.
It. Give it some love. You
Yeah.
go,
Thank you,
girl. That's what
guys.
they said. Huh? Gave you the salute.
Uh huh.
Everything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We appreciate you. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you
You know
so
what I'm
much.
saying? And
Yep. So
definitely
down the
appreciate
road,
the strength
guys,
on just coming on. 'Cause some people get a little nervous when the camera comes on. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. And you just came out like the queen you are.
I
Crown
like that.
Thank
in place.
Yeah, she got a good point
We
there, brother. You
appreciate
got a
you.
very good
Thank
point
you.
there. She didn't flinch not a second, did she?
Not a bit,
Huh?
not a bit, not a bit.
Out of so
Hey,
that's
well,
good to
Yeah,
see.
look,
you know what I mean? That's a winner
Yeah.
right there, brother.
we figured
Yes,
an
Winner
sir.
takes
interview.
you home.
We just want everybody just do me a favor and just type in the chat group. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, C Man. Because I mean,
Thank
So
you.
especially Ronnie jumping out there out of nowhere. Go ahead, girl. With your
came
bad
on like a
self.
superhero. Typing it in right now.
So you typing it in right now, Arden?
I'm gonna call. You heard of R&B, y'all? This is R&C, huh? Let's get it popping, baby.
Yes, indeed. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. What you said? What you said, Margaret Nick? She was wonderful. Yes, she was.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're gonna have you on again, and as we do next time, maybe we're gonna try to have Big Tony come on as well, along with you. And
Yes, sir.
Ronnie, now we're you have to make another cameo. You have to jump in again. So just prepare yourself for that.
Hey, Ronnie, the other thing, we might need to come back to you
Someone,
on like the medical
I
piece,
think, so.
as far as health and a few other things are concerned. Through the holiday season, man, we really try to turn it up.
Oh,
We took
okay.
all of the
Yeah.
time because we knew you were coming on. But next week, y'all, come back through. We're going to talk about what we're going to do to make sure you get through the holiday super fly and stay sexy.
Hey, well, look, we're gonna go to our closing because there's no way we can get the rest of that in, and we don't even want to try after all of that. So let's put the spotlight on there right now.
Big 'em up.
Yeah.
Hey Q, before we get our
Erica Nadine wanted me to tell you hello and to reach out to her because she wanted to talk to her old childhood friend. So she told me to tell you hello. So.
Yes, he is.
before we close out, just a couple public service announcements. Next week, we're going to have a special guest on. I think is that right, Q? You the programmer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So Parker will be back not next week, but the following week. You know, they join us every other week. That's our brothers. But I think I don't know. I don't want to give away the guest, but I think is this the person that's having a big old formal kind of shindig coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, am I speaking too soon?
No, Lisa, we're going to have Lisa on as well. We might have her on, but we're going to also have Darius Stanton on next week as well. So we might
okay. Yes, indeed.
Lisa, you can reach out to me.
Brother right there from another mother.
If you can reach out to me tomorrow, we'd like to have you on for a segment next week, Lisa, if at all possible.
Yes, because I do want to plug Lisa's adult prom that she's having.
Which is going to be
y'all better get your tickets now because it's selling out fast, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Right now.
Hey,
you
Lisa,
better call a night and grab some.
Hey, Lisa, can you type in where people get their tickets? How to get hold of you so you get their tickets to the adult prom? If you could do that, that would help. But we're going to talk about
please. Put it underneath for us. Indeed. A link, if you got it, definitely.
Yeah.
So Sin Man, about this time of the show, this is the closing screen. We ask everybody to just give their closing thoughts to the audience or any parting words you want to give. So I'm gonna let you and the beautiful Mrs. Say a couple parting words.
I just want to say thank you guys once again for having us and thank you for having me. I look forward to coming back, man. I got some new releases coming up and some stuff that's gonna be happening. So I definitely want to come back and share that with you guys as well.
Oh, please, definitely.
And Ronnie, would you like to say something before you leave? You as well.
Close it all. Thank you for having us.
Oh, well, excellent.
See you guys next week.
All right.
Yes,
all right. What's your closing thoughts, brother?
One, I want to thank the best audience in the world for sure. Definitely. We love y'all, man. We love the love you give. We love how you live. And we, wouldn't want to live without you, for real. C-Man, Ronnie, we love your love, man. And we just pray for the love that y'all have, man. Stay strong and get stronger. May your best day from the whole time y'all been together be the worst day ever from here on out. Pray for your health, and your families, and all of the, you know what I mean? And these two brothers with me, love y'all, man. Pray for y'all every day. You know how it is.
Yes, indeed.
And, we just want the best for everybody, and we thank God for all of it.
Amen. Q, take us on out. Take us on out, brother.
Once again, I want to reiterate what my little brother just said there, man, about our audience. We have the greatest audience in the world, man. You guys are so loyal.
Yes, sir. I'm hitting one more time.
We want to thank you so much. We look forward to continuing to foster this relationship, and you guys continue to grow your relationship as well. And next week we're gonna have a couple of special guests, guys. So I want you to stay in the loop with us as the show continues to grow. And I want to give a special shout out to my little brother, Lenny Knight, man. Y'all give Lenny some love for all the things he does behind the scenes to help put this show together, man. So Lenny, y'all just don't know. My little brother is the bomb. All right. So,
yes. Oh, you know what, Q? I'm glad you said that. And I'm gonna take 10 more seconds just to say this, man. We've been putting together 2 grocery stores and some other stuff behind the scenes of all of this going on. and it's a plethora of work. And for
Yes.
Lenny, to
Yes.
sometimes, man, we did 20-hour days, and the next day he has his show together, and we might do an adjustment here and an adjustment there, but sometimes I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm thinking we might do the set we did last week. We gonna run. No, he said no, we gonna get this straight. And I don't know where he gets the energy from or the time. But he manufactures time like a god, and just come out and makes it happen. So I wanted to take the time out and say thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Y'all too kind. Y'all too kind. Thank you. It's only God and intermittent fasting and my beautiful wife.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? So look, I'm gonna take us out on this, y'all. Y'all ready? When I do this, I want all y'all act crazy, and the people at home can act crazy too. Y'all ready?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh!
I don't want you doing that.
All right.
Well, y'all lucky I got a full shot. I hit the happy feet at this bar. Be like, the happy feet. Y'all know the happy feet.
Oh, y'all. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Love.
All right.
Hey.